Hi guys, you're welcome to another fantastic episode of the Celebrity Spotlight Show. And guys, I am so happy. Hey guys, I am so happy because my guest today, I've been trying to grab her to this seat. Like, I've been trying to drag her on this chair, this show, but she's been so busy. If you're a lover of theater art, you're a lover of drama, you're a lover of music, then my guest is not going to be a strange face to you. I am super excited because I have got the popular actor, singer, super talented, beautiful Queen of London. Yes, most people call her Lulu of London. I have got OLUCHI Odii in the building with me. So guys, today promises to be amazing. Welcome with me, OLUCHI Odii. Yay! Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll.
Thank you, Bola.
Finally.
Finally.
we know what we mean by finally,
yes.
because it's been a long time. I've been trying to get you on the show, but I understand. So I mean, I am assuming that you brought along my tithes because OLUCHI, you were on all the shows in December.
My dear, it was just two. It was not all the shows.
Yeah, but it was ongoing, like, you know.
Yeah, non-stop.
So at least I'm sure they paid well now. OLUCHI, you should have brought tithes. So big envelope. But how are you feeling?
I'm very fine. I'm good. I'm
okay. So first of all, like, what's better the interest for arts for you?
I think it was when I found out that I could sing. You know, I always had that yearning to do more with my voice because I found out I could sing when I was in SS2 or so.
Wow.
Yes, SS2. I mean, I'd already been singing, but, you know, casually. But I think it was in SS2 that I realized that I could actually sing because my classmates will always come around and they'll be like, OLUCHI, sing for us.
Your voice. Don't worry, she'll sing for us. Set up. Let's go, please.
So after that, you know, I would watch competitions on television, MTN Project Fame, Nigerian Idols, and I told myself that, okay, I think I want to be on these stages, yes, and try out what I could do with my voice. And that was when I started, you know, auditioning and stuff. And as God will have it, we got into good levels, you know, Project Fame, Nigerian Idols, and that was where I met Auntie Joke. Joke Silva.
Because the bond. Yeah. It feels like a mother to child bond.
Yes, we're that close.
that's actually interesting.
So she was one who introduced me to theater. There was a stage play she and her husband, Uncle Lu, executively produced in 2016.
Oh, wow.
You know, she told me about it while I was still in the academy that she would like for me to attend the audition. Wow. And I did, you know.
Wow.
And I got the role and everything. So that was how, like, the whole zeal, you know, for creativity and the arts, you know, started.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's so many people, in fact, especially in your case where you said, you know, it was as a result of people always praising you, you know, giving you credit for how much you could sing and all of that. Yes. When you got into MTN Project Fame, I know that, was it for MTN Project Fame or for Nigerian Idol? You were one of you were on the list of top 10.
Yeah, that was Project Fame. Yes.
Okay. So many people have attended shows like that. They've been a part of shows like that, but because they did not win, you know, they were knocked down. Like, their spirit was just knocked off, and they just felt like, you know what, let me just turn back. But was it because I know you mentioned that Joke Silva, you know, carried you on from there and then invited you into another production. But did you feel at any point that, okay, this is it, I've tried at least, but it didn't work, and, you know, probably had the intention to just move out of the whole art zone?
I think, I mean, after Project Fame, because I did Nigerian Idols before Project Fame. After Project Fame, during Project Fame, I was a copper in Ibadan. So that was where I attended my auditions, you know. So after the whole August, September, being in the house, I went back to, you know, NYSC, and I finished up. So by the time I finished up, there wasn't anything happening. And since I was in Ibadan, I wasn't really in Lagos. So I wasn't really engaging myself in activities in Lagos. So I would say that the zeal kind of piped low, and I think because I also needed to complete NYSC, because when I finished NYSC, I came out and I actually started to work as a business developer.
Wow.
You know, but because Auntie Joke had already put it in my mind that, oh, there's an audition coming up, please just, you know, I would attend the audition when you can and if you can. So that thing kept ringing in my head that, oh, I must be
at least you were not the only contestant, and I'm sure
no,
it's
I wasn't.
Not just
no, a lot of us,
everybody that she invited. Or
yeah, but a lot of us actually were at the first workshop she had in 2015. Chike was there, Pearl and Ruby were there, Dende. I think about 5 of us from that particular set were there. You know, so but I didn't feel. I mean, it was more of like a period of relaxation before.
But you knew you were going back.
I knew that I needed, I just knew that I had to go back.
Thank God you went back home. Because how would you be depriving of us of this sweet voice and everything?
My dear God, oh.
Thank God. Okay, so I mean, I've seen you on stage. I have seen you in movies. I have seen you. You were even on this project with was it Bovi? That airport project.
What's the name of that?
I'm trying to. I think it was on Accelerate,
yes.
So I've seen you on so many projects, but you know, for movies, I respect, maybe because I studied theater arts, I respect stage performers a lot more, because for movies you have a lot of editing and all. But I've seen you come on stage, get into character. Today you're a lover girl, tomorrow you are this, and I'm like, how do you do it? Then to think of it, because I schooled in Ibadan, and I know that you schooled in Ibadan too, and I know that you did not study theater arts.
I didn't.
So it beats me every time to think that you just, I don't know how you did it, but so far, out of the so many projects you've been on, which character would you say has been the most challenging so far, or which production would you say that, you know, you had a tough time getting into character, and why?
I'm still trying to figure out what character that would be. But I played Chioma, you know Chioma Ajunwa. There was a stage play about her. And she was a she was a footballer.
Was it the one by Bolanle Austin Peters?
No. This was Benga Yusuf.
Oh, okay. But it happened at
no, it happened in Muson Center.
Muson, oh.
Shell Hall.
Because I heard about it. I think I saw the clips and all. I could not attend.
So I think that would be one of my most challenging roles, because
you had to play football on stage.
I had to I have the clips on Instagram.
You have the clips, please. You share so that you see, as we are discussing this thing, people can be watching how you were doing
drills.
Are you serious?
For like a week, I was learning how to dribble, learning how to kick a ball, doing workouts. Seriously, I was. In fact, my body was so strong that period.
Who was training you? Was the person a footballer or?
His name is Obinna. They call him Wolf. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's also but he's a dancer. He's majorly a dancer. Okay. But he's a fitness person. So he took me through it. I had to learn even dance moves and everything. It was not funny.
But I'm sure you dealt with the character.
At the end of the whole show, I got a medal. She gave me a replica of her
Olympic
herself. Yeah. She gave me a replica of her gold medal.
Are you serious? Yes. You see what I'm saying? So she attended and she was impressed.
She was there.
Wow.
She was actually part of the planning committee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
wow.
That was one of my favorite moments in life.
Honestly, if not me, guys,
like hand to hand.
No, that was no. I'm sure. Do you have a picture?
Yes, I do. That moment? It's all on Instagram. If I see this Instagram, it helps us save money.
Actually, you should frame such moments.
I will.
All right, beautiful. So, coming from someone like you who was, you've auditioned, you've attended some of the biggest shows where people get, cold feet and they're like, I can't face this crowd and all of that. Now, there's this trend among so many people, and I feel like it's a stealer of joy. It's a thief that has stolen from so many people, because people have not been able to go for what they wanted to go for. And that's nepotism and corruption. There's so many people who do not believe in auditions. They believe that, you guys know person. You guys know person. But I mean, judging from your story, I know you mentioned that because your friends thought you could sing, you went to audition. In fact, you even auditioned for Nigerian Idol in Ibadan. And what was your say? Would you say it's true that will have, you know, that nepotism and corruption, you know, they're evidence in our industry. Yes, in the industry, or you'd say yes, they are, but you can still have your way. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, for me as an individual, I would use myself. I would say the story from my own perspective. Okay. For every time I've had to play a role or sing somewhere, I've had to work hard for it. I've had to audition. Except in cases where someone recommends me and says, we think OLUCHI can play this character, and they just call me for the role. So it depends. They may have had auditions. I don't know. But most of the time, for me, I've had to really audition to get.
What about now? Because I mean, your name is out there. People know.
I still have to audition. No.
Really? You still audition?
Yes, in fact, as at Saturday. No, in fact Sunday, because I recorded the audition tape on Saturday, but I had to submit it on Sunday. I still auditioned. I still sent my tapes for audition.
And it has been working for you because you've been getting callbacks, right?
Well, not all the time. Not all the time. In fact, I don't know. Getting callbacks for film is almost hard these days. Yes. It's only theater that I know that I go for auditions and I get the role. But for film or television, I don't know.
So would you say it is because this nepotism thing is evidence, or it's just because I mean, I've seen you, I know one man's food is another man's, but I'm not talking about one man here. I see how people hail you. You've been on shows. You've opened like major events by singing the national anthem. You've worked with, like, you were even on a tour. Like, I think it's now an annual thing, the Yearwood project with Joke Silva,
Taiwa Jai
Lyset, and legendary actors like that. I mean, I have a question on that, but I'm just saying that, do you still feel like nepotism is evidence, or like, well, maybe you were not just, maybe you didn't meet their expectation for those projects that you were not called back for?
Well, I must be honest, whether we like it or not, there's still some level of corruption everywhere, or nepotism.
Exactly.
So it will definitely be evident, but in some cases it doesn't exist. It depends on whoever is producing or whoever is in charge. You know, some people are very strict on auditions. I remember when I auditioned for Rihanna.
Yeah, you were on Rihanna.
Yeah, I auditioned for it and I got the role.
You got the role.
You understand? So there are still production companies that are very, very insisting on getting the right. Some people call you based on, I know you, or I don't know you. And I mean, it's okay, because you may be in a table where people are discussing talents, and you're like, I think Amabala or OLUCHI can play this role. And it's okay, let's try her. Let's see her tapes.
Well, the funny thing is, you know, referrals are great.
Referrals are wonderful.
People see you work. They see your performances. It's evident. So, you know, some people, even just from that performance, I mean, the old Oshisko twin brand that I had, you know, one time, I tell people that how it started, I was on a project, and there was a producer amidst the audience that had a project where he needed a twin, like a twin sister for a girl he already had. And while I was performing, he was, according to him, he kept seeing that picture that, you know, these people have the same stature, the same energy. And from there, it was just like, would you love to be on the... And I'm like, I studied theater art. Funny enough, I just got to know that, I even know this girl. So, I mean, the only thing is, when you now get something through connection or referral and you don't do up to that expectation, then people start to say, how she take my chair.
Exactly.
But if you can, you know, prove it that she's worth
I'm
it.
worth exactly. That's it.
Okay, beautiful. So what would you consider your biggest inspiration in the industry?
I have quite a few.
Okay.
Joke Silva, for sure.
Of course. Of course. Your mommy anytime, any day.
Anytime, any day. Ifeoma Fafunwa is a huge inspiration for me. Patience Ozokwo.
Wow. She's on Yearwood project too.
No.
She? But you were on a project with her recently.
Ada,
yes.
Ketensho. I admire so much, you know. There are a couple of others that I really can't remember. Lala Akindoju too. Yeah. I love her zeal. I love her passion. It makes me think about things, and I'm like, okay, Lala will do this if she were in this position, you know. So these are Taiwa Jai Lyset, of course.
I've worked with that woman. I mean, she's old.
Oh my God.
No, not grandma now. great grammar.
Graceful.
She speaks well. She still speaks well. Funny enough, there was one time we were on the project together. She was talking about how she still has like a voice coach, how she maintains her physical exercises and all of that. She's so disciplined.
Oh my gosh, she is. Even when we're rehearsing, you'd always see Mama T on the side trying to do her stretches. She's just a wonder, to be honest.
Okay, so I know some of these people you mentioned. They are on the Hear Word project.
Yes, some of them.
And the very interesting thing about Hear Word project is you people have taught everywhere in this world.
I guess so.
Like you people were you were abroad. Were you in London?
This last year.
I think some time back.
No, it was Scotland.
Okay, Scotland.
Edinburgh, yes.
And then you were in Ghana. You were in
the
like
US,
New
York and California.
Please, are you people not looking for like a girl that has small body that can just... No, that's a beautiful project. And we don't just have just newcomers on that project. I mean, we have legendary actors on that project. How do you feel to be a part of that team? And, how does it feel, having to exhibit your art to different audiences from different parts of the world?
So first of all, how do I feel being a part of it? It's a big inspiration for me, especially when you're in the midst of these women who have been in the industry for so many years. So whether you like it or not, you might just be sitting down, then they give you these words of wisdom. Yeah. In fact, it's just like, it's the best thing that you can have as an upcoming actor in this field, because all you need is encouragement, and that's what I get from these women. So that's one. Then different audiences. It's been fantastic. You have no idea. In fact, I remember one time when we were in Germany. So we were running the show, and we were not getting responses from the audience. Wow. And we were worried because
and it affects morale. That's it affects
whether
morale.
You like it or not. The audience actually helps you. But of course, you can't rely on the audience. Of course,
you can't.
Rely. Just do what you've rehearsed and be at your best. But this particular day, they were not really
cheering.
We were like, is something happening? Hey, my dear, at the end of the show, we got an encore. Like a standing ovation for solid 10 minutes. So they kept clapping.
I know my lecturer used to say, there are different types of audiences. There are some people that every little thing, every little thing. Exactly. There are some that they will wait for the end.
I think I like those ones sometimes.
But it can actually affect, because the truth is, you'll be with some actors and they're like, this audience don't give me ginger. So sometimes they affect.
Give yourself ginger.
The ginger.
Because the director will tell you, you cannot depend on the audience.
Who's the director of Hear Word?
Ifeoma Fafoma herself.
Wow.
Yes. She will tell you, you cannot depend. And it's not just her, but every other director that I've worked in, they will tell you, don't depend on the audience. So they may break your morale, but you have to just do what you've rehearsed. Be at your best. But that particular period, they were not saying anything, but by the time we finished,
maybe they were paying attention. They were just carried away with the
They clapped for us. We went in. They kept clapping. We came out. We went back. They kept clapping.
Are you serious?
I said they were clapping to the extent that we had to now raise Emi Madumi. I started singing Emi, and they kept clapping.
Please now, just instead of going on a break, can you just sing that song? Just please. Just let's feel your voice. I know we cannot pay you. I know we cannot afford you, but please. Just sing. I love that song.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful song.
No, don't do I. I don't have the voice. So yeah, let's go.
Hey. Dandamo yo follow Ijolamo atata. Bangboto riboto. Olamo lulaye o. Atata. Bangboto riboto. Afunwa. Omola sholaye yo. Thank you, dear.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so now, like Oluchi, sometimes I'm like, who is Oluchi? Because you're in the mix of almost everything. Today I'm seeing you dance, tomorrow you're singing, tomorrow you're acting. I mean, and that's why, like, I'm not shocked at the progress. You've been featured on CNN too.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh, that
You've
one,
been featured on CNN.
Hey.
You've been, like, there's some interviews I see and I'm like, you deserve it. So apart from the old theater, I wonder if you always have time to just chill. Like, how, you're also a member of one of the fantastic groups, music groups, Loud.
Yes.
How did Loud come about? Like, how did you become a member of the Loud 10?
So this is where the whole recommendation thing or referral would come in. I happen to be friends with a lot of them. About 3 of them or 2 of them were on the same sets of Project Fame with me. And they were like the founding members of Loud. So I think when they were having one of their general meetings, I've had a performance with them, but as a solo artist during one of our friends' wedding, Jada's. I sang at her wedding, but they were like assisting me, you know. So I think during one of their general meetings, they suggested that they needed more members, and my friends who were there, you know, rose my name up, and that was how, you know, they invited me for the first meeting.
The journey been? Like,
those guys are just brilliant.
Honestly,
to be honest, before I even joined them, I've been a big fan. Because they performed at my friend's wedding, Jada's, and I was like, how do people sound so beautifully? Like, I was blown. I was blown. But when they told me that I was invited to join them, I was like, just cuckoo Kimi. As in, one of the best groups in Nigeria.
I know how it feels.
I was having goosebumps.
Like a fan, like when you meet a fan, like when you're a fan and then they are like,
become a part of forget it.
Don't worry, I understand that feeling. I understand the feeling.
It's just like being a fan of Auntie Joke now.
Yeah.
And you now have to work in the same space with like,
and for you now, you're not like mommy and
God.
Oluchi.
It's okay.
Like this is the part where they ask me that if you could swap bodies with somebody for one day. Woo! Me with Oluchi. Okay, so my next question is: have you ever dated anybody in the industry?
No, I haven't.
Why? Why? Because your private life is away from. I love it, honestly.
Yes.
I wish that is one thing I wish I had earlier on. I used to be a very public person, flaunt everything, but now I've multi-learn lesson me. But I mean, you've managed to keep your private life, and I feel like one thing I think I don't want to ever do again is to get involved, not because they are not amazing people in the industry, but I don't just want, it's just going to be too much spotlight on you too.
So the thing is, for me, I've not dated anyone in the industry, and I mean, it's not because there are no amazing people. Of course, there are so many amazing people, but I'm someone who tries as much as I can to not mix business with pleasure. Could it work for me?
Could it work?
No, so I want a situation whereby after working, as I'm going back home, I know I'm going back home to solace.
Yes.
I'm going back home to peace. Nobody is in my business. I'm not in anybody's business.
True.
So there has to be a point where my private, because to be honest with you, when I go home, I'm at peace. Because that part of my life is not out for people to see. Maybe on the wedding day, people will see the pictures and what
are you giving us? Is that a clue?
It's not a clue.
Wait, Oluchi, are you in a relationship?
Don't worry, that's not a
I know you don't want to answer
that's
that
not a question of the day. Hit me.
But is that a clue? Soon,
No.
whether you give us a clue or not, soon we'll come
you
and chop
understand?
price
Exactly.
now.
So when that time comes,
I shall get it. You guys.
They're not to say that 1-2 times. Don't worry, you shall be invited.
All right, let's do this. Okay, so amazing. How do you deal with adulting? Because the funny thing is, people in spotlight, like especially celebrities, people just feel like, and that's why when people troll celebrities, it gets to me because they just expect you to have a perfect life. They expect you to always be in a good mood. And if you've always said hi to your fans,
the day you don't say hi to them,
the day you don't say hi, then it's trending online that she's a snob and all of that. So, and they don't understand that we're all in this adulting thing.
Together.
And So how do you deal with adulthood combined with you having to deliver on your jobs and and all of that?
It's a struggle.
I think you discussed something like this on Ebuka's show.
Yes,
Rubbing Mind.
Where I had to talk because you are independent now. So you are thinking of bills to pay up and down, and then you also have to think of your work. It's a lot. Adulthood.
A scam.
It's a big scam. But I mean, God has given us the grace to share and find a way. And then Nigeria is not even making things easier.
Honestly.
Because if the nation was in a very good state, or at least manageable state, you can.
Are you sure? I'm sure that one thing that is keeping you in this Nigeria is because of your career. Am I right or am I right?
Right, my dear.
Because I'm
very
sure.
Right.
Lulu is already in London. Before you know it, I'm like, Lulu is already in London. Again, what's happening? But so I'm sure that it's because of the career.
Yeah, because I've had to battle with decision making.
Yeah. I know how
Am I ready to go away and then start all over again? There's so much that I've built over the years. It's almost 10 years that I've been in this industry now. To be honest, though, because I started officially in 2015 and this is 2023.
Wow, 2023.
That's a lot of, and I've not stopped from the very start, from the set go. I've not stopped till now. So it's a lot, but if the Lord decides,
who are we? If the Lord
decides, you go there. Who am I to ask God?
Who are we? Let's use we.
Exactly.
But really, it's actually sad. But it's the truth. It's the truth, honestly.
People want to live better lives, so you cannot blame them.
Yes, I've had people who never. There used to be people that used to be against Jackpa.
I never had that initiative. I never even. I always told myself that I'll stay in Nigeria and be fine. But now, because you'd even ask yourself, if I don't go now that it is raining, let me not do and regret why I never went in the first place. But just like I said, whatever the Lord decides. We follow him.
Okay, so what has been your most embarrassing fan moments from the opposite sex? Because I know I've seen you perform and people will be like, this kid is good. So I'm now wondering, like, and there are some men that are not those old. Because I mean, Lulu, I'm telling you, our friend Mary.
Yes.
I've been with Mary amongst the audience, and yourself. I think it was even yourself and Floyd. You were performing, and there was a lady that was like, what? And I'm like, I'm checking on my friend that's Mary. I hope you're fine, because this lady, the way she was screaming, she's ready to just come and grab. I'm like, hey, how do you cope? And has there been any embarrassing moments for you from maybe the opposite sex, a fan, and what was it? Would you like to share?
I don't think I really had. I don't think I really had, because I just try to be cheerful, after every performance and just find my way. I don't think I've ever had. I don't think I've ever
Wow, your fans are too fans.
I find a way, to manage them. Yeah, but I've never really had anyone do anything
extra,
nasty or extra. But I've had fans that will go all the way for you to do stuff for you.
Okay. All right. On to the next question. Who is your celebrity crush?
Well, I don't know if he still is. But it used to be Enamigwe.
Oh, are you serious?
I think it was in 76. That film.
Okay. Yes,
oh my God, that guy.
Oh, a beautiful dead man deliver. Actually, you're saying way, but you said he used to be. Has he changed? Don't tell me you're indecisive like me, because today
it's
somebody else, tomorrow it's somebody else. My friends are giving me names and I don't care.
Can be very, but he's the only one that I know that I've actually really admired.
Have you had the privilege to work with him?
I've never seen him. I've never even seen him.
Are you serious?
Yes.
But how do you think you react when you see him? Well, Lulu, you will comfort yourself. Is it not you? You just hi, I'm a fan.
Go away.
Can you imagine? And deep down, you're like,
I said, if I'm on the same set with that guy, I don't think the director will be saying, OLUCHI, focus.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my next question is, have you ever been knocked down by maybe because of your profession? I mean, some of us that study theater arts, from school, some of our colleagues used to call us, oh, my mommy will say people that are studying this because they are shawo, they are something. So like, you know, when you tell people that, you know, your career is aligned with, you know, theater and all of that, entertainment, like, have you ever been looked down on, or just like, are you serious? Especially because like you studied
animal science.
Yeah. So have you had people say, you left animal science to go and be singing and
so
be dancing?
Many times.
Are you serious?
Then even when I was in my master's in UI,
wow,
people were like, focus, what are you doing?
Focus
on your animal science. Which one is singing and acting? But I'm like, I've been doing this thing for the past how many years, and it's been paying my bills.
Of course.
And thankfully, my parents are very supporting me and
that's
my dreams.
That's all that matters.
Yes, you get. So they don't, sometimes they're afraid, you know, because people say, are you sure she'll get married? She will do this because you're out in the public.
They're always busy too and all of that.
So are you sure men would like to be with women who seem to be independent?
Yes.
But I try my best to be as humble as I can. And it doesn't define me. I mean, other people cannot define me as a person. You have to know me before you judge me.
Of course.
So yeah, that's it.
Deep. Okay, so lastly, before we go into the game segment, what's your dream vacation spot? Just be open, no, because one fan might be watching this and might just be like, I'll take her.
You're watching. Watch! I think a dream vacation, to be honest, the only place I've ever dreamt of, or the only places, France and the Maldives. Those two places, I want to like spend 2 weeks or even a week just being there. Maldives and France. Those two places. And I'll be okay.
Okay, guys.
Watch out, please.
Just, I mean, of course.
Anybody may be listening.
We know that when you go there, our ma gets updates online. We just see you. No, just posing with the fresh skin. I mean, with the location point.
Yes.
France.
Oh,
Paris. Maldives. Oh. Okay. All right, guys. I hope you've been having so much fun with myself and Lulu. And we're going to go on a quick break. And when we come back, just come and watch your fave play some game. Are you ready? Okay, guys. Stay with us, guys. We'll be right back.